Okay. Good evening, everybody. Trust we had a good weekend or an amazing weekend, whichever it is. Trust it went well. Oh, usually Saturday is the day we have our what's it called? Our mics open and things like that. So, but because we have to do a few things, that's why. Anyway, we still have our mics open anyway. We'll see have our mics open once we start. So we have been on data analytics for a while now, and this is week 3. Yes, we are finishing. We are running up week 3 on data analytics. I'm sure you guys can hear me clearly. If you can't, just you can drop in the chat box. So finally, I updated my Excel. So we're going to be looking at X lookup today. And we're going to be looking at what is on your curriculum: pivots, charts, and tables. Pivots, simply pivots. That's just it. As pivoty as possible. Then what else do I want to? I think that's just it. I think that's just those two things I want to do today. Oh, this is on the phone. Okay, so pivot charts and tables. Then we are looking at X lookup, X lookup, X lookup. So I'm going to be doing that quickly. Just have some time to sort that out. Pivot charts and tables on X. There's one more thing I'm trying to remember. I think that's all. Okay, so you have data sets. Data sets I've sent before, and you have the different data sets that I've sent before. So you can check that out. So I'm starting with the X lookup. Let me use that data set I used all the time. Commonly. Okay. So let me share my screen so we can sort this out. Let me share my screen. Entire screen, share. Right. So like I said, anytime I'm showing my entire screen, I cannot, except I go back to the Chrome browser, I cannot read your chat box. I cannot read what's happening. So if there's anything very important you want to say, you can just unmute your mic and just speak. That's just it. So this is my lookups. That's the one I sent to you guys. So we're looking at X lookup today. let me now confirm again if my X lookup is here. So functions, lookups, reference. Okay. Now I don't know what's happening. I do not know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I've done this yesterday. I've tried it yesterday. I don't know what's happening again. I don't know what's happening. I do not know what's happening. So I know I'll do probably reinstall my Excel. I think something is removing my update functions. I don't know why it keeps removing it. I do not know what's happening right now. Okay, should have checked it for class because I've checked it this morning. It was still fine. So I don't know. Probably there's something wrong with the Excel. In this latest Excel, probably they still have some bugs that they need to sort out. I don't know. Okay. No. This is not it. Well, let's go to our what we have for today. That's our pivot table. Let me see if we, let me see, do I still have an installation file? Let me check if I still have an installation file. So I'll just reinstall before we finish class. I'll just reinstall before we finish class. Then we'll sort that out. Oh, I don't know why that's happening. So let me just leave that for now. Let me check if I have. I just want to check if I have the installation file still downloaded, because many times I delete things like that because of space. Let me check. Okay, I think I still have the installation file. So probably what I would do is I will reinstall it before. I'll just reinstall it before we finish class. So I can, because anytime I install it like that, I have it on my system. And before you say Jack Robinson, you have another problem, another issue like that. So probably I'll just go for probably 5 minutes during class just to reinstall that. And I think it will be fine then. So let me just go to pivot tables. That's our teaching for today. That's the last one. So I'll also be taking questions. I know you guys have been practicing. I'll be taking questions. I'll be taking challenges and things like that. I'll be taking all of that, and we can sort all of that out. Okay, control code, customer name. Okay, segment. Okay, so pivot table. So I'm using this Superstore that I sent for pivot table. I'm using Superstore. I sent it, I think, during the week. Yes. So let's start. So pivot table generally is just used to answer questions, is used for data analysis. In fact, it does some of the work that functions does, that formula does. It does some of the work that Power Query does. Just different ways to achieve your goal, to achieve questions. Like now, if you look at this Superstore that I sent some days back, you can see ship mode, you can see customer name, you can see, let me highlight it, shipping mode, you can see customer name, you can see segment, you can see country, you can see city, all of that and all of that and all of that, all of that. You can see subcategories, you can see discounts, quality, quantity, profit. So now if they want to know now that what is the highest selling product per segment, highest selling product per segment, because you can see per subcategory. Okay, there's a segment here. Yeah, the segment is not much. It's just, I think it's just 3: consumer, corporate, home office. So let me choose by categories. The name is there. Okay, so let me type that out. So we are saying highest profits by subcategories, or even categories, because there's categories and subcategories. Categories. So before you start filtering, using all manners to find everything else, this is a very easier method. It's easier, and it's just called pivot table. Pivot table tells you a lot of things, your criteria, your values. You can, the questions you want, you can really streamline it out. So we're doing pivot tables, and you will understand that as we go along, it will get easier, because you will realize that pivot table will fix many of your issues than even Power Query or doing some other things. So what you first do, let's just change that to a table first of all. Let's insert can insert pivot table, but I just want to go table first. So this is table, then insert, I want to insert my pivot table. You can see it here up left, you can see pivot table there. So pivot table is there. So click on pivot table. Then you can see the table range, that's table 1, which is the entire range. If I didn't change the table, it will give me our usual, what's it called? Probably, let me see, probably A1, A2 to, let me scroll down, A2 to uh, Q999995. So, but it's already in table format. So let me just use your range, click your table range, and it's asking for new worksheet or existing worksheet. So I like it on new worksheet. So you click the OK there. So this is your pivot table. You can see that up here it has changed to pivot table analyze. It's no longer in whatever it is. So it's saying pivot table analyze. You can see that there's a sheet 4 here right now that is giving us the pivot table analyze. So as simple as that. So let me go back so we can do that again. Let's do that. Let's do that again. Let me delete this. So let's do that again. So let me change it to normal range. Okay, it's in normal range now. It's no longer in tables because I've gone back twice. No, if I do tables, that's selecting all, inserting tables, then your table has headers. And we have done it several times. To change it back to the normal one, you just go to convert to range. So it's a normal one now. So I want to do, what's it called? I want to do pivot table without doing table first. You can now see you can see here that it's giving table or range is writing A1 to V, so it's V 999995. You can see. So because I converted to table the first time, all it did was to ask me to select table. But now because it's no longer in table, don't let this formatting disturb you or distract you. Let me clear the formatting so you can know that it's no longer in table. Let me clear all the formats. So I've cleared the format. This is just a normal range. So if I select all, you go to insert pivot tables. You can see now you have orders and you have absolute absolute 1, that's A1, column V999995. That means it's A1 column V995 and it's made it absolute itself. So if you click OK, it gives you the exact same thing. So I hope you guys are following me. So let me go back now. I like just turning the tables before I do all of that. So let's just turn the table. So and we go to insert pivot table. You can see pivot table at your top left over here. So insert your pivot table. Is asking me table range. Yeah. So new workbook. So we have this. And now when you come to this, you now see by your right, you see this, you see pivot table fields. Pivot table fields. Now, Excel makes the columns a field. So you can see role ID, country code, order ID, ship date, ship mode, customer ID, customer name, customer segment, country, city, state, postal code, region, product, sales subcategory, quantity, discount, profit, all of that. So if you go to the orders back, you can see role ID, country code, order ID, order dates, ship mode, and all of that. So if I go back to my pivot table, which is in sheet 6, let me delete this. So sheet 6, you can see now that all of those columns are your pivot table fields. Now, I said in the beginning of this class that pivot table is used for analysis. That isn't it for analysis, because analysis are insights from questions. You want to see, okay, which order date has the highest values, which product is top performing, which customer rep is top performing. There's no customer rep in this, but we have segments. We have segments. Which segment is top performing? Which subcategory sells the most? Which one sells the least? What is your profit margin, your profit percentage, and things like that. So now, what do we do? Now, you have seen this pivot field now. You can change the outlook, the way it looks. Sometimes I like just drop down these settings over here. So then I like this. You can drop down, change it to fields only, can drop down, change it to field and area section. I'm usually using this anyway. So just follow me and you understand where we are going to. So now we want to do customer segments and profits. Which of our we want to do product segments and profits. So we want to do this. You can see where's the product, where's the product segment right now. Let me scroll right. Products of category. Just okay. This segment and profit. I don't want to go segments. I want to do categories. So which of the categories sells the most? You can see categories: furniture, office supplies, technology, these and these and these and these. So which of the categories sells the most? Now let's go back to pivot table. Let's go back there. You can see here, look for categories. So once I select my categories, you can see what happens here. All the categories are listed. Can you see? All the categories what are listed. You can see drop column fields here, drop value fields here. All the categories are listed. Now, why? Because I selected. Once I selected it, it auto put it on rows. If I say no, I don't want it in rows, I want to pick my category and you want to drop them in columns. You can see that now your categories are in columns. Are you guys getting me? If you click back, it goes off. So if I don't want to select it, I want to drop it to rows. I have my categories in rows. So now let me take it off. I'm taking it off now. So let me go back. My categories, I just want them in rows. I find them. And now we are doing what? We're doing profit. We're doing profit. We want to know the highest performing products. So we're doing profits. Can you see when I click my profit, it gives me sum of profits in values. You can see categories. You can see sum of profits. So now it's telling me now that furniture sold this, office supply sold this, technology sold this, then the grand total of all my sales is this. Now you can make this easier for you. You can make this easier for you in the sense that you want to make it just 2 decimal places. You want to put your comma so that at least you can know the money. So if you click on this, right click it, you can do formats, number formats. So number format, can go to number format. You can use a separator because use separator. So if you use a separator and I want decimal places 100, so when I click on that, you can see now that all the numbers are easy to read. That means this is 18,451 27 cents, 122,490 and 80 cents. And if you want to still put your currency, I don't want to put currency, but if you want to put your currency, you can still go to number format and you take it to currency. Go to currency, put your symbol, which is dollars for this. Why is that showing Spanish United States? But I don't want to put currency because of some other things I'll be doing there. So that should be up here. I don't know what's of this Excel. English is English United States. So put dollars and you're fine. But I don't want to put dollars. So you can see it now that furniture sold $18,451.27. Very easy. Now I don't want categories. I'm taking that off. I want, you can see now I'm using profit. I want the subcategories. So if I put subcategories now, you can see that this is more. This is more options. These are accessories, appliances, art, blinders, bookcase, chairs, copiers. All of these is the total sum of profits. Now, if you over on it, it will bring it out. It will tell you sum of profit value and gives you the value. Are you guys with me? So sum of profits and still what? With the value. And now, these are just calculated fields. That means instead of using function to say some ifs, some if accessories, pick your array or your table range, pick your value, your reference value. If it's accessories, then sum everything. You don't need all of that. All of some ifs, count ifs, some this, some that. No, you don't know of that. So pivot table will give you calculated fields as easy as possible. It gives the calculated field as easily as possible. And now you can also sort. You can sort it like, okay, fine. I want to see the sum of profits by the highest down. That means you want to know the maximum, the product that brought in the maximum profit. So if you right click here, you see sort. Sort from largest to smallest. That means copiers has the highest selling. Copiers profit was no, we're not talking of quantity now. We're thinking of profit. So the profit for copier is the highest. Now I want to let me add quantity to it. How many quantity was sold? You can see now I added quantity to it. Can you see that my fields here? You can see that I take subcategory, quantity, and profit. You can see subcategories in rows, values. The sum is in columns. So the values in columns is sum of profit and sum of quantity. So now, but my sort applies to profit. Like I'm looking at the highest selling of any of these products. Like now, if I'm going to do top 10 now, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are top 10. You can even filter by dropping this down. You just want a specific one. Like let me unselect all. Let me say I just want the profits for some profit and quantity for appliances at and this 3. You can see it here. So let me go back to filter, drop. You can see filter, a manual filter. So let me go to select all. But you know that this we chose our sorting by maximum profit. We are not to do by the sorting by quantity. So if I go here, right click, sort it, largest to smallest, you can see quantity. So by quantity, the highest sold is blinders, but by profit, it's not the highest profit. Probably because blinders are cheaper. I don't know why that is. So if you go here now, sort by largest to smallest. So copiers, I don't know if copiers I said. Yeah, copiers are quite expensive. Phones, you can see phones is the second highest selling, highest product with profits. So you guys can see that. So let's take this off. Let's take this off. Let's take this off. Let's take this off. It's quite easy. It's quite easy. Now you want to look at order dates, and what? Let's see categories. Now you can see some of order dates. I'm not asking you for some of order dates. Now you can see this value here. Now you can change whatever you want there, here, or you can click here, right click it, and you go to show value as or summarize value as. Like now, I want let me take this off. Let me take this off. Let me take this off. Take this off. Let me come to subcategories and quantity. Sort yeah, summarize by counts. I said I summarized it by counts. So how many times? You can see if I'm doing sales. Okay, let me do sales. Let me do this is sum of sales. Let's see. Summarize by average. So this is giving average sales And remember, just right click here, go to number formatting, go to numbers. If you want to make it easier for yourself, you can do 2 decimal places. Let's just do two decimal places. You can see. So the average of, you can see now when you highlight, average of sales for accessories is 215. Average of sales for appliances. Now let's see the highest average by of sales, largest to smallest. It's still copiers. Now remember now that highest profit is copiers, average of sales highest is copiers, but number 2 of highest profit is phones, not machine. So now average sales is by quantity. You can see now that machines is number 2. You have a lot that you can try out, especially when it considers what you are looking for. Now we're having country, we want to have city. Okay, so I don't want my city there. Let me see if I can. Let me put my city in columns. But it still is not, it's not consistent. Yes. No, don't continue. If you just go cities like blah 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 blah, it'll be so much. But if you look at this now, you can see United States, this United States. These are all the cities in United States. So if you want to do, let me do states, not cities. Cities are much. States should be few. Yes. Can you see that state is few? It's lesser than cities. So let me just do states. So we're looking at profit per state, or like sales. Now let's do sales. Now let's do profit. Let's just do sales. Sales per state. You can see now that these are the sales per state. These are the sales per state. Now, simple number format, you go to numbers. I always want 2 decimals. If you still want your separator, I don't think you need separator here, but if you still want a separator to make it easier for you, you can have it like that. So Alabama, Arizona. Now, what's the highest selling state? Let's see. Sort by largest to smallest. So California has the highest selling. So California made the highest sales. Now let's do profit, because sales might not be equivalent to profit. So let's put profits beside it. Let's put profits beside it. Now let me look at the highest selling, the states with the highest profit. Let me sort highest to smallest. It's still California. It's California. California profit was the highest, but I think something changed here. Let me sort by this. So Texas was number 3 in terms of sales, but in terms of profits, they were just selling it. They didn't achieve anything. In terms of profit, Texas is nowhere to be found. But Texas is the last in terms of profit. They made losses, but their sales was high. But losses, they made serious losses. So number formats, number 2 decimal place. If you want to use a separator, number format, use separator. Once you click out, your pivot table fields go off, but once you click back in, you have all of this. And now you can also filter. You can filter. So let me filter by, what should we filter by? Let me see product ID. Let's go. Let me see what product ID to give. If I take product ID to filter here, so I'm not doing, let me take it off. Let me take this off. I'm not doing filter here. You know, there's this filter here. This is filter. You want to filter here. It's here. But no, I want to filter through product ID. And product ID, I did not choose product ID in my fields, but I want it to apply to my worksheet. I want it to apply. So let's take product ID now. No, product ID won't make so much sense. Let's take categories. I dropped categories at fields. So if I do a drop down here, you can see now that there are 3 categories. Furniture. So when I click on furniture, I click OK. This is just giving me the sales of furniture per state. Hope you guys are with me. What we are trying to do here now, we are trying to know the sales of furniture per state. Or now, okay, in the entire worksheet, we want to know. Sometimes I wish I did not. I gave you the assignment for teaching you pivot, because pivot make your work easier. Most of you guys will use function for some of those things. Now you're given these data sets, and you're asked to let me go here. You're asked to give uh what's the furniture sales of Washington. Let me check. Let me go here. I need something was wrong with my Washington. So you want to know the furniture sales of Washington. Now, if you look at this here now, where do you want to start from? Where do you want to start from? You use some ifs. If country is Washington, but you don't need all of that. Just go here and you pick your country, state. Let me pick country safe. Let me remove country. Can you see that there's nothing? I've removed country. It doesn't make any difference. You don't need to pick country. So I've removed country. I just chose my state. Let me take my categories off. Let me take all of this off. So this is what I want to achieve. I want to achieve. Where did I even type it? Yeah, the furniture sales of Washington. So I can choose my states, which is all of this. Okay, and I'm choosing my let me see my category. Okay, my category, and let me choose my sales. So if you look here very well, Washington is somewhere here. So if you filter here, just filter, remove select all, just go to Washington DC and click OK. You know now that Washington total sales is this. Let me make this separate one. Is Washington total sales for these categories is all of this. Total sales is 138,641,27. That's Washington total sales. So furniture sales for Washington is 48,020 and 15 cents. Very easy. Can see sum of sales. That's the furniture sales of Washington. Now, what I was doing the other time, what I was doing the other time was I was not doing through here. I was doing through filter. So I took away, let's leave this here. Categories. Let's leave sales. Let's take categories off. So let me return my filter. Let me select all. Select all. Okay. Select all. Yeah. So now I want my subcategory, my category, which is I'm making furniture, as my filter. So I take it and I drop it on filter. We're achieving the same result, though. The same result. Now I can even do multiple filters. I want to take my state as my filter. Can you see now that my state is my filter, my category is my filter? So I'm looking at furniture, okay, and I'm looking at state Washington. Okay, can you see? It's the sum of sales of furnitures in Washington. Are you guys with me? Let me go to class. Let me know what's up. Are you guys with me? So I hope you are getting that. I hope we are getting that. It's very straightforward. It's very okay. Okay, Kiola, what's your question?
Sir, please can you repeat the last step where you broke it all down to just selection of sales and states?
Okay, all right, no problem. You know that I achieved, you can drop your hands down. I achieved the same thing in different ways. That's what I did. I achieved the same thing different ways. Formulas function, forget that. Pivot tables helps you to simplify things. And let's take all of this off. So what I'm trying to achieve is furniture sales of Washington. That's what I'm trying to achieve. So first of all, Washington is a state. So I'm picking state. But I just want to see the sales, sum of sales completely. I can click sales here. This is it already. So you can go the add method of scrolling down because the states are few, that's why I can scroll down. If these are like 1,000 fields, like now if I'm using city, okay, let me use city so that I can know that scrolling down is not easy. So let's go city sales. Now this is city now, like Lagos. Oh, Lagos is Lagos. Okay, Lagos, Ikeja. So why do people call Lagos a city when Lagos is a state? So this is like cities in United States, and your cities are much. These are cities, they are much. So I'm just gonna look for a city, a random city to go and check. Let me check for Newark. So let me go here. So furniture sales of Newark. Furniture sales of Newark. So if you pick your sales and city here, it's a lot going down to look for Newark here. So the first thing you can do is just, I did not do number formatting for this. It's not important. But for some people, just feel like, let me know what's up. Let me make it easier for myself. Let me do decimal place and separator. That is not important, but you just want to do it. So this is sum of sales. I chose city and sales. You can see city in rows. You can see sales, sum of sales here. You can see. So now I want to know the sum of sales of Newark. I just drop down my city here. The filter. This is a filter. This is a drop down. I drop it down. I select all, and I go to N. I can even search. If you don't want to scroll down, you can search Newark. So this is Newark. Okay. So Newark. You can now see this is what the sum of sales in Newark. Now, I don't just want the sum of sales in Newark. I want the what's it called? Is it category now? Yes, the category. I'm looking for furniture sales in Newark. If you click category here, it brings all the three things, the three categories. So for furniture is 3,115, office supply 6,975, technology is 18,485. So now, I can already see the furniture, but if the category was much, I can just drop down here, unselect or select furniture, and I'm okay. So the sum of furniture sales in Newark is 3,150. Now, I want to know the profit of that particular one. If I click profit now, you can see sum of sales, you can see profit. Now, if you want to know the quantity, click quantity. So 67 furnitures were sold that brought about this. Quantity should be count. Summarized by count. 18, because quantity is not sum, it's count. You're counting for quantity. So you just right click here, where is it? Right click, then you summarize values as you can see it: sum, count, average, max, mean, product, all other options. So count. So they have 18 furnitures were sold in Newark. Now let's try and see if we can do conditional formatting. Let me duplicate this. Yeah, so I click that out. Let me see if conditional formatting can give me. Let me take this off. table design. Let me convert this to range. Yes, converting this to range. I want to clear my formatting. Let's clear my formats. Clear formats. Yep, that's fine. I can even do Control. Let me do my auto fit row column width. Yep, so that I can see everything. So what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? Network, furnitures and network. Let me see if I can use my conditional formatting to do that. Okay, let me see. Highlight this is the contents. Let me do network. Network. Okay. All right. So let me make this a table. I'm going the long route to know what's up with network. I'm going the long route. Segments, country. Okay. Let me drop this down. Oh, that's country, city. Okay. I'll select all. Let me go network. Okay. So this is network. You know, I highlighted network. Yeah. So it's highlighted now. So this is all of the data sets that relates to network. All the data set that relates to network. So let me go back up. So what are we doing? We're trying to find furniture. How many furnitures is in network? So where's furniture? That's easier. Okay. So let's format that. Okay. Furniture. Okay, so furniture. Okay, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That was what we have been trying to achieve. So I just use filtering and conditional formatting to find out the furnitures, the quantity of furnitures that are sold in network. So how many times was furniture sold? It was sold 18 times. Now, I did all of that easily here. Very easy. This one I just picked. Let me just pick my city, my category, and quantity. Because my filter still applies. That is why you're having this. So now quantity is not sum, quantity is count. So 18. So if I go back here, let's remove this filter. Select all. Okay. Okay. Categories, select all. Okay. So that's categories. So let me take this off. Let me take categories off. So now I want to use my category as a filter. Just drop it here as a filter. So if I drop this down, furniture, to show me only furnitures here. So I want to drop my city as a filter. If I drop it as a filter, if you drop down here, you can search for network. '18. So I just use different method to achieve the same thing. That's what I did. I used different methods to achieve the same thing. And so I've told you guys about sorting. You can sort. You can even sort. Alphabetically. Like now, let's go city. You can sort city now. if you click here, right click it, you can see sort from A to Z. It's on A to Z already. You can sort from Z to A. That's your what floats your boat. You can see. So that's that. You can do percentage value. Like now, okay, so let's go to categories. Yes. And let's go to sales. So you want to know the percentage of sales for all these categories. We click on this, right click on it. You can see summarize value as, you can see show value as. So if you show value as percentage of grand total, that means furniture was 32%, 0.30%, 32.30% of the entire sales. Office supplies is 31.30% of the entire sales. Technology is 36.640% of the entire sales. That means the highest sale is technology, 36. So a whole 36% technology took. So if you can even sort it out, if you want to sort it by highest to lowest, if you have a lot of things, you can sort largest to smallest. So technology, furniture, office supplies. So all of this is to answer questions, to analyze. We can change from sum to, let's go back to, let's take this off. Let's take sales off. Let's go sales now. We can go from sum to right click, average, summarize value as average. So this average sales. That's average sales. You can right click and say you don't want average sales, you want the sum of sales, you want maximum. Now let's go and look for this maximum. So it's telling me now that the maximum furniture was sold is this. That's a lot to go and look for it anyway. So summarize value as mean, sum, all of that. Let me take questions before I continue. All right. Let me take questions. You know, if you guys have your system, you can practice this along with me. You can see how easy it is. Because you guys have your systems with you. Yeah, the data set has been sent a long time ago. So that's actually fine. So that's just pivot tables. And the funniest thing is, let's go back. Let's go back there. So pivot table will always save all of this as a worksheet. So you get that. What else? What else do we do? So that's just basically pivots. And now from there, we can now go to pivots, the pivot charts. Can do the pivot charts. Okay. Can do the pivot charts. Now I want to try something. I want to try something. What I want to try is, before I go to pivot chart, I want to try something. Let's double click here. I'll go back. Furniture. I'll double click. If you scroll right, furniture. Now, what did I double click? You want to know where the details are coming from. Now let's do network. Let's do network. Let's do network and furnitures. So let's do city, categories. Okay, let's filter that. Let's go to furniture alone. Okay. So city categories, and let me do sales. So let me filter network here. Let me do network. So go to network. So this is network 31115. Now I want it to show me where it got this from. Double click it. Can you see now? It showed me all the furniture sales that relate to network. It said details of sum of sales, category furniture, city network. Can you see this now? It showed me all of this that relates to network. So that is good for extracting data. You want to extract just something that deals with a particular name, you will see it here. All you need to do is, once you pivot whatever you are doing, which is sheet 6, once you pivot whatever you are doing, double click inside. Okay, now I want to see, let me see, let me see, let me do states. I didn't clear all of this. Let me clear all of this. Mm-hmm. Okay, so take this off. I want to do states, and I want to do let me do Washington DC. Instead of scrolling down, you can just search, or I've already scrolled down already. I'm using mouse. So Washington DC. So I want to know what I want to know. I want to know probably all the products. Let me do categories. All the products in Washington DC. So let me do sales of products in Washington DC. So this is it here, and let me click it. So this is all the products. You can see states here. You can see states here. You can see states here. You can see there's only Washington that is showing all of the products. It's telling you this is where it got information from, and it saves it as a new sheet. So all the products in Washington DC. That's that. Do you have any question before we continue? Any question before we continue? All right. Okay, let me take that. Let me take all of this off. Let me clear filter. So clear filter. Let me take all of this off. So let me see if, let me go states and sales and pivot table analyze. Now I'll tell you what this refresh is for. This refresh. Now when it comes to, let me take this off. Let me take dates, other ID, other dates, and categories. So I need to round up the class. Let me tell you what this refresh is for. Now, all of our this thing is coming from here. It's coming from here. This is where we took our what's it called? Our pivot from. So I want to add details there. So here now, this last one now. Let me copy this. Let me copy this row. So copy. Let me paste it here. Paste. So paste. I've pasted it. Now I want to change. I want to add a category, which is let me just put my name here. So let me put Toby here. So that's Toby there. So let's go back to our pivots here. If I select categories, categories and sales, whatever I want to select there, you will see that there's no Toby here. So what you do is pivot analysis, refresh data. Now I should have my Toby here now. Where did I had it to? Oh. Mm. Okay, let's go back there. Sheet 6. It has refused to add it there. So anytime you have new data added to it, just click the refresh button and you'll be fine. I think is where this thing is coming from. Let's go. Control A, insert pivot table. Where is the table? That's details 1. Okay, new worksheet. So details 1, new worksheet. Customer, where's the segment? No segment. Categories. Categories. Oh, this was the furniture one. Let me delete that. This was the one that we had on the furniture. This was the one we had on the furniture. I need to even rename all these things and put main. I need to put main. This was the one that this was network. Let me delete network. Okay. This is 9. So this one, so it's a special one. This is Washington. I think this is number 1. Yeah, this is number 1. Okay, this is where I've been using Sysmon others. I was wondering why I was adding that and it was not working because I was adding it to another one. I was not adding it to others. So let me highlight this. Copy paste values. Okay. Here's the sheet 6. So we have it here. Now let me refresh this. Let's see. Have the analyzer. Refresh. My table has been locked. I was wondering why I was having issues. I've been having issues since like pivoting that table once again, and I still finding that issues of what's up with this thing. The table has been locked. Let me insert now. Pivot table. I'd locked it. I'd locked it as tables here. I'd locked it. So let me just unlock it. Let me take it off and unlock it. Oh, table design, convert to range. Yes. The table has been locked. I've locked my table since I was just having issues with it. I have a 9.6 already. So control, insert pivot table. Okay. This command requires at least 2 source. Also, guys, everything you need to do. So I've opened my table. It was logged on 995 before, and so it did not even allow me include that Toby of a thing. So it was just there. It wasn't working. It wasn't giving it. So that's why you have to be very careful. This what's it called? This dollar sign. You have to go and increase it to 996 or you remove it. So it was locked. That's why I was having that challenge. So if you have it here now, you will have your categories and sales. So Toby is there already anyway. Sales. Okay. So I don't want Toby there. I just want to show you guys that you can refresh once you had, because it's locked. That's why when I was refreshing, it was not there. So what you guys do, just that, don't lock it so that when you can refresh it. But I don't expect you to add any new this thing there. I don't expect you to add any new row there. So now let me quickly go to what's it called? Pivot charts. Pivot charts. Let me move. I don't want this to be there. Well, let me leave it. There's no problem. Let me leave it. So let's go to sales. So if I do this now, let me just go to summarize values, show value as percentage of grand total. So we have this sales category here. So pivot table analyze. This is, we use this a lot. Pivot table analyze. Fields, item, and sets. You can see that one has calculated field. I'll show you guys this later. This way I'm going to pivot table, pivot charts. So if you click on pivot charts here, you can see suggested ones. Like this is pi. Let's use pi for this. So let's click OK. Now you can see this is your chart for this. Let me go once again. Let me go back. Let me go once again so that you guys can understand what I'm doing. So let me take this off. Let me take this off. Let me take this off. Let me take. So I want to do product name. And my product name much. I'll do product name on much. Categories. No. City. City is much. Okay. State. Let's do state. States. State and sales. Okay. So now let's go pivot table analyze, and let's go pivot charts. So click pivot chart. You can see this one will not even give you, bar will not make sense because it's a lot. You don't use bar chart for stuff that is much like this. You use column because it's much. So select it. You can see different types here. Let's do the clustered column. Select OK. That's it. And you can even filter it. This is you can filter it. This axis. You can change your title here. You can change your total, change your title here, and you can edit. We still have to take a class on this, so that you guys can do it more. But on your own personal this thing, just go and try them. You can see the field. You can change the field. You can change the borders. You can change this. You can change this alignment. All of this, you can do that. Let me come to this. You can change test options, test field, gradient field. You can see gradient field solid. These ones are just formatting. So just formatting. We don't need that. So what I just want to show you guys is how to arrive at your pivot charts, because it's very easy to understand what you are doing. Like now, if I'm doing this now, let me go back here. If I'm doing this now and I'm saying I want to do countries a lot, let's do subcategories. I may have to end this class soon. Subcategories, that's still a lot. Let's do categories and sales. So sales percentage, show values as percentage of grand total, then analysis, pivot charts, select which one you want. This is the best for few criteria. Drop down. This is why I say you can filter. So you can drop down here, filter it, filter just furniture, remove furniture, leave the rest, remove Toby, leave the rest. You have this. If you go on it, you can see total point office supplies 46%, this 52%. Because you removed that, that is why it's giving you that. So you can have that 32%, 36%, 31%. You can try all manners of chart analysis. You can do all of that, whichever one you want. You can do whichever you want. Just delete this. So states, profits, pivot chart analysis, pivot charts. Let me see which other one we can use. Line. Okay, line. Let's lose. That's bar. This is area. You can see area. Okay. You can see the way it looks. This area. And that's it. So guys, that is it basically on pivots and pivot charts. So you guys just have to watch. My system is low, very low. You guys have to watch the class again. Just go through it, and it's quite easy. Instead of struggling with things elsewhere, it's quite easy to work with this. Let me take questions. Let's have questions. Do anybody have questions?
Yes. Where can we get this data? Where can we get this data?
I've sent this data. I've sent it already. Since is it earlier this week? Is it on your portal? Someone can download it and send it to your WhatsApp group. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, your second question, I want to ask something is,
if there is a way you can just take this thing slow so that, or little, so that we can also join, or a kind of a brief class inside this class so that we can participate, getting to go back.
That's why you have to watch the class again. And secondly, that's why I sent the data. As I'm practicing it, some of you guys used to practice along me. And that's why some people have questions when they are practicing. For those that can ask, that has access to their systems, you can practice as I am practicing, as I am showing you guys what to do. So you can ask questions when you have problems or challenges when you are practicing. So this is as simple as that. That's why I send all the data. I always send the data ahead. The data I'm using, I send them so that as I'm doing it, you can ask questions while you're practicing.
Okay.
If you notice yesterday class, some people were asking some things when they were trying. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. Please, I pleaded for that if you can help me open.
Yeah, no, I said I'll get back to you. Yeah, I know, Ephraim.
Okay,
yeah,
yes.
I know. I'll get back to you.
Yes.
I'll get back to you.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. Another question? You're welcome. Another question, because I'll be ending the class soon. My battery is down. So today is just for pivot tables and pivot charts. Unfortunately, my XLOOKUP again has retracted. Probably is a bug on Excel. I don't know. I think it's a bug somewhere. It's making it go back to previous version. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is, before next class, I'm going to install it just before the class, so I can use the XLOOKUP for the class. So when the bug catches up with it, it will not have problems. So you guys, just like I said, I'll be dropping an assignment this weekend. So I'm dropping an assignment this weekend. You have 1 week to do that. Just check your portal for updates. I sent out announcement. I sent out 2 announcements. I think one this week, one last week. Did you guys get the announcement? So I'll send out announcement also when I upload the assignment and any material. I think this recording will come within 24 hours. Though we don't work on Sundays, so within 24 hours, most likely to come. But hopefully, it works that way. Do you have any question? So guys, pivot table is very easy. Pivot charts are easy. Just work with your data and use pivot chart analyze to add your charts. So like this now, pivot chart analyze.